UFC 326 best bets and predictions. We're going to go through the main card, give you who I think is going to win and what I think the best bets we can make for each of the fights on the main card are. We're going to start things off with Gregory Rodriguez taking on Bruno Ferreira. Both coming off of good wins. Kopylov for Rodriguez. Also just a fight removed from that devastating knockout over Jack Hermanson. Bruno Ferreira, 15-2, coming off a big win himself. A little smaller at 5'10" for 185, but sure, he packs a punch. He's very good on the ground, multiple armbar submissions in his last few fights. I think I'm going to stick with Gregory Rodriguez to win this fight, though. I think he's a little bit – I think he's got a touch more pop in his hands. I think he's a little bit more versatile. I think he can keep the fight from getting to the ground if he wants to. I think he'll be able to control the fight in that regard a little bit better, just stand up and throw absolute nukes. For the bet for this one, we're actually going to go under 1.5 total takedowns for Gregory Rodriguez. While I think he's going to be able to stop the takedowns and control it, I don't think he's going to be able to get as many takedowns. I think he's going to stand on the feet. They're going to throw nukes. This fight's not going to decision. I don't think it will be. So I'm going to say Gregory Rodriguez is going to win, probably by TKO, or maybe hurts and gets from the ground and gets a submission. But we're going to take Rodriguez to win and for him to not get more than 1.5 takedowns. Next up, Drew Dober versus Michael Johnson, a very pick'em fight for guys with a very pick'em styles career. They can beat anybody, but they can get beat by anybody at the same time. Very different trajectories, too. Drew Dober is 1-3 in his last 4, coming off of a win. Michael Johnson is 3-1 in his last 4, coming off of a win. It's a very close fight. Vegas actually has them basically splitting hairs at -108 for the money lines. This feels like a fight Michael Johnson should win. Drew Dober is very, very slimeable, very easily to get caught. But I'm still going to take Drew Dober. I think he's going to win, and that's the bet we're going to take as well at -108. Saying it won't go the distance is also a pretty decent bet, but we're just going to take a money line there with Drew Dober because I think he's going to find a way to get this one out. I don't know if Michael Johnson at this point in his career is going to be able to continue on a 4-fight winning streak. So we will take Drew Dober and the money line at -108. Next up, Rob Font taking on Raul Rosas Jr., the most handsome guy you've ever run across. 11-1, did bounce back from his first career loss very well, continues to be a hot upcoming prospect. Rob Font is, for lack of better terms, in that gatekeeper-esque territory. He is kind of the guy you step on to get to the next level, which is what Raul Rosas is planning on doing. I think he is going to storm him. I think he is going to go right after him early and often. I think he's going to close the distance. He's going to make things very, very difficult. He's got 8 finishes in his career, 6 of them submissions. I don't know if he will submit Rob Font, but I think he is going to, I won't say batter him, but he's going to beat him pretty comfortable. I think there will be no doubt. I think he's going to win. On somebody's fight card, he's going to win all the rounds. Font's 2-2 in his last 4, 3-2 in his last 5, coming off that loss by decision to Martinez. Does have a split decision win over Gene Matsumoto. Beat Kyler Phillips. Did lose to Davidson Figueroa and Corey Sandhagen. He's a tough out. He's just a really good fighter, but its time's a little past. He's 38 years old. I think Raul Rosas is gonna cruise through him to the point where the bet is on. We're gonna take Raul Rosas Jr. -3.5 on the point spread. So that means if they go to decision, at least one judge is gonna give him all 3 rounds, while the other 2 give him a 2-1 round. So the difference will be he's a 4-round difference, or he will get a finish, which I think is also very much on the board. So Raul Rosas Jr. -3.5 point spread at +100 odds. I can see him controlling this fight from pillar to post. Co-main event, Caio Borralho versus Reiner de Ritter. Both coming off of losses, both flying up the ranks as prospects too. They both were, if they win their last fights, this might be a number 1 contenders bout. They'll be in that Sean Strickland and Nasruddin contendership to go against Hamzat. That's tough though. I think losing to Nasruddin Imavov for Caio Borralho, that one hurt. I mean, he'd won, I think, 8, 9, 10 in a row, something ridiculous like that. Like, he was absolutely cruising. This one's also tough because I do think Caio Borralho presents a lot of challenges. I do think Reiner de Ritter is really, really good. I think if he can get the fight to the ground, he could 13 submissions in his career. What worries me is what we saw against Brendan Allen, where he got TKO corner stoppage. He couldn't get the takedown, and he just ran out of steam. It did. And he does have a TKO retirement in one championship as well before he came to the UFC. I'm going to take Caio Borralho to win this one. I don't feel great about it, but I do think he's more likely to be able to stand through some of those, and I think he'll be able to control from getting taken down. I think he's a little slicker on the feet. he's more comfortable as the fight goes on. He does have 8 decision wins. He's not necessarily a killer. He does have not. He's about 50-50 if he gets a finish or a decision. We're going to take Borralho, and we're going to say he's under half a takedown. So I don't think he's going to land a takedown. I don't think he's going to try. I think he's not even going to shoot a takedown. He's going to control the fight on the feet. If it goes to the ground, Reiner or Ritter is going to take it there, and I think Cal's not going to mess with that. So we're going to take the bet of under half a takedown at -135. Now to the main event, the one we've all been waiting for, the BMF title, Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. Guaranteed fireworks one way or the other. Both these guys that fought at 145 ended with a very awkward injury to Charles Oliveira's neck. At 155, I think they're both better. I would make a strong case that I think Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira are the second and third best lightweights right now, with the number one being Ilia Topuria. Their lighter man skill in the right frame like these guys have is absolutely a real thing. Holloway coming off that awesome win over Dustin Poirier. Controlled a lot of the fight. Did get knocked down. Did almost get caught in the gilly. However, he still managed to win comfortably. And then before that, we know what he did against Justin Gaethje at 155. Charles Oliveira coming off that really rough loss to Ilia, was kind of worried, oh no, is his career done? Is this the downfall of Charlie Olives? Then in Brazil, getting that submission against Matisse Gamrot by a face crank too. Which was what was really crazy. Coming back relatively soon after that loss was a little worrisome, but came back, and we do see he bounces back from losses very well. Lost to Islam, comes back and KOs Dariush. Lost to Armin, comes back and beats the brakes off of Michael Chandler. Loses to Ilia, and then comes back and face cranks Gamrot. So I like Charlie Olives. He is a tough matchup for Holloway, especially if he's not fighting like a dumbass. Sometimes he fights like a dumbass, and he doesn't use his well-rounded skill set. We saw it against Ilia, just charging right at him, not using his length, just ran right into his fists. If you fight smart in this one, if he's not trying to BMF brawl, he's able to mix in some of those shots, get into the clinch, go for the legs, low kicks, try and stifle the movement. I think he could be very good. A lot of that high tight Muay Thai guard, using a lot of those skills we saw as he evolved during his title run. Then he gets really interesting. Max Holloway, we know what he's going to do. He's going to pick you apart at range. He's going to swarm you with punches and kicks. He's going to control the distance. He's a master at distance control. And as soon as you take one step back or slow down, he's going to pepper you with 1,000 punches. So I'm going to take Max Holloway to win. I think he's going to be able to control the fight. Just over a course of a long term, I think he's going to avoid getting into a ground game with Oliveira. His takedown defense is very good still. I'm going to take over 2.5 rounds for the bet at -145. It's a BMF title belt, which means we got to get to the end so we can get the point to the ground. It's mandatory. We got to get to that. But in all seriousness, I do think Max is going to control it. Then Charlie might get him into some clinch spots to drain a little bit of time trying to get the takedowns, but I think Max will stop them. Get off the fence, circle out, pop the jab, 1-1-2, 1-1-2, 3 to the body. You know, typical Max Holloway swarms. We're going to take Max Holloway. I think it'll go to a decision most likely. I think we're going to get to the late part of the fight, so we're going to go over 2.5 rounds for the bet. If you decide to parlay all of these 5 picks together, you will get plus 1,741 odds. Remember, bet smarter, not harder. Only bet what you can afford to lose. Don't do anything reckless. Let us know down below how you think this fight card is going to go, who you got winning, and which bets you enjoy making. We are 5-5 so far in the 2 pay-per-views on the year. A rough start compared to what we had last year where we were absolutely cruising. But I think we're going to bounce back on this one. I think we're going to get something going. Let us know down in the comments what you think, and we'll see you all again next time.